Republic City welcomes a new citizen into her arms, Avatar Korra. After years of seclusion in the South, this master of water...
I really dig this style of recap. Or maybe I just love Jeff Bennett's voice. I don't know.
And in the final round, the Buzzard Wasps won with a decisive knockout.
There's Tanho, and there's Amon just chilling way down there.
Arena tonight. Catch a few pro bending matches.
In this shot, there's 4 plates and 1 kettle on the table. And in this shot, there's 5, plus Korra's cup that just spawned.
All right, you're the master.
A lemur flies by here, but it looks different from Momo. Its face isn't completely black like Momo's. Maybe this is a female lemur? I mean, it does have... Moving on.
That you've never been able to airbend before.
Yeah, but I don't know why. The other elements came so easily to me, but every single time I've tried airbending, nothing.
With that attitude, of course it's nothing. Okay, so I'm going to use this opportunity to talk about bending. Bending is both physical as much as it is spiritual and mental. We've seen that Korra has all the physicals down, but hardly any of the spirituals. And airbending is probably the most spiritual bending. This shows another parallel that Korra has with Aang. Aang struggled most with earthbending because it was fundamentally different from who he was as a person. He was light on his feet and focused more on being nimble and evasive. Like Toph said,
"No, that's the problem. You've got to stop thinking like an airbender. There's no different angle, no clever solution, no trickety trick that's gonna move that rock. You've got to face it head on."
In all of her fights up until now, she's hardly avoided attacks. We mostly see her face them head on. It's her personality, and now she has to learn an element that is exactly opposite that.
The gates. Jinora will demonstrate. Airbending is all about spiral movements. When you meet resistance, you must be able to switch direction at a moment's notice.
Jinora is such a boss, I'm sorry.
Let's do this.
No, that's the problem.
Airbend. What is wrong with me? Airbend!
Tarlock's on the back of this newspaper. That's cool. I like foreshadowing.
This Mako's got moxie. He advances, fires 2 quick shots. Yomo is hammered back to zone 3. Clock is winding down. Can Yomo hold on? He's teetering on the edge of the ring now. The fire ferrets line up to strike.
You can search far and wide. You will not find a single power outlet in this entire series. Where exactly did you unplug that from, Tenzin?
You shut it off at the best part!
I thought I made myself clear. I don't want you listening to this distracting nonsense.
No, you said she couldn't watch this distracting nonsense.
Oh, and technically, you said I couldn't watch a match. You didn't say anything about listening to one.
I agree with Korra.
You know what I meant. Anyway, shouldn't you be in bed by now?
I think I'm doing it wrong.
There's nothing to do. Let your mind and your spirit be free. For air is the element of freedom. Is something funny?
Yeah, you're telling me to embrace freedom, but you won't even let me listen to the radio? And forget about leaving this island.
Please, Korra.
I agree with Korra.
I know you're frustrated, but these teachings will sink in over time. Then, one day, they'll just click.
Foreshadowing. The light in the room upstairs is turned on, but when Korra opens the windows, it's completely dark. If she jumped down that window, it makes 0 sense for her to land this far from the foot of the building. Plus, Korra is not light on her feet, so unless she's wearing silent shoes or that guard is deaf, there is no way she lands here and doesn't make a single sound.
What do you think? Best seats in the house, huh?
Whoa. Unbelievable. This place is even more amazing than I imagined.
Name's Bolin, by the way.
Korra.
Korra doesn't even look at him when he introduces himself. Man like me, I would have packed it up right there and then.
Come on, Mako. Alright, look, I kinda promised her she could stay, but man, I got a good feeling. There's something special about her. I know it.
Oh, I wonder what it is.
Mako.
Mako? Wow, I heard you play on the radio.
Come on, Bolin, we're up.
Mako ignores
I
Korra
could-
the first time she tries to talk to him, but he's the guy she likes? Yeah, nice guys can go to hell.
The rookie ferrets came from out of nowhere and have made it further than anyone expected this season. But tonight, they face their toughest test yet, folks.
Come on, dawg. Listen to this man's voice.
And they're off. The two teams waste no time trying to blast each other out of Zone 1.
Pro bending is awesome. I'm sorry. Regular fights are one thing, but the sauce that comes with fights in this arena, oof, different gravy.
Asuk stumbles, and now he tumbles right into his teammates. He and Bolin better untangle quick if they don't want to. Oh, too late!
I'm sorry, what? These are two grown men you just knocked out at least 12 feet back with one Earth disc? The same disc that broke on impact with someone else a few minutes ago?
It's 2-on-1. Scratch that. It's 1-on-1, and it's an Earth and fire slugfest. There's so much smoke and dust from the firefight, I can't even see where the fire ferret is.
Different gravy, I'm telling you. Here we go. I'm sorry, man. I just don't care much for the romantic relationships in this show.
Useless.
You guys were incredible out there. Especially you, Mr. Hat Trick.
Oh, you're still here?
Oh, you're still a jerk?
Oh, you still dated him?
Power. But in a real match, you'd be a sitting turtle duck. Not so upright and flat-footed. Stay light on your toes, right up until the moment when you need to dig in and strike. Then, pop!
Okay, let me try it again.
Wow! Nice adjustment! You're a natural at this.
I really like this scene. And I love the transition. We go from Korra picking up something really easily to her struggling with something else. All her life, she's been told she was a talented bender.
Wow! Nice adjustment! You're a natural at this.
But this one thing is giving her so much trouble. She hasn't been in a situation like this before, and she characteristically burns it all down.
Was a 2,000-year-old historical treasure. What is wrong with you?
There's nothing wrong with me. I've been practicing just like you taught me, but it isn't sinking in, okay? It hasn't clicked like you said it would.
Korra, this isn't something you can force. If you would only listen to me.
I have been, but you know what I think? Maybe the problem isn't me. Maybe the reason I haven't learned airbending yet is because you're a terrible teacher.
I agree with Korra. Tenzin is a great airbender, but there's a big difference between being good at something and knowing how to teach it to someone else. Anyone can learn anything, but not everyone can learn the exact same thing the exact same way. That's why teaching methods are a thing. Tenzin believes that there's a method to airbending and wants Korra to keep at it even though it isn't working for her. Never for once does he consider that maybe a different approach would help it click, and in that way, Korra has a point. I also think she's projecting here. When she calls Tenzin a bad teacher, she's indirectly referencing Bolin and the moves she learned earlier. She still believes she's a great bender, and if she can't learn this shit, then it's not her fault. It's gotta be the old man who's teaching her wrong. I like the fact that there's no right or wrong in this situation. Just goes to show how much perspective is everything.
Looks like the Avatar's pro-bending debut is going to be cut short. She's been pushed back to Zone 3 and the water is calling her name. It's only a matter of time before... Hold the phone! Stop the presses! She's still in the game, folks! And she's moving like an entirely different player! All of a sudden, the platypus bear strikes her only striking air!
How about that?
Tenzin reminds me a lot of Sokka. In this moment, he realizes that it clicks for Korra, and he can't help but celebrate when she gets the knockout. He might be upset with her, but that's not stopping him from being on her side and realizing that he might be wrong.
I'm really sorry about everything I said. I was really frustrated with myself, and I took it out on you.
This is a really strong moment for Korra, and I love it. She realized she was being a dick and owns up to it. And Tenzin apologizes to her.
I think I owe you an apology too. I was trying to teach you about patience, but I lost mine.
Realizing that he could have also handled some things differently. Pro bending did turn out to be the perfect training tool for her, but that doesn't make the way she went about it okay. She recognizes that. I love how Tenzin treats Korra. It's just 2 episodes in, but we've seen that he doesn't treat her like a kid or a student or a child, but as Avatar Korra, his equal. And I really like that.
It's bright and early. And by the way, I kind of permanently joined the Fire Ferrets, and we're playing in the tournament in a couple of weeks.
I think this is a cool episode. It shows us pro bending for the first time, which I think is really cool. I like the fact that this is more of a learning experience for Tenzin. He said air was the element of freedom, and Korra being free was what led to the movement of an airbender clicking for her. Tenzin was right, but so was she. I also like how this episode shows more fluidity in bending. Earthbending used to be the slow projectile heavy power, and firebending was an aggressive attacking style. But here, we've seen both Mako and Bolin show patience and swiftness with bending, like an airbender. It ties back really nicely with what Iroh told Zuko in The Last Airbender about learning from benders of other elements.
It is important to draw wisdom from many different places. If we take it from only one place, it becomes rigid and stale. Understanding others, the other elements, and the other nations will help you become whole.
I love how Korra finds her own path here. Korra isn't Aang. She's not patient or spiritual, and that's okay. I love how she didn't have to conform to those rules for it to click for her. Great episode overall, and I enjoy rewatching this one more than I think I ever have before. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, subscribe, comment your thoughts, and yeah, I'll see you.